The movie the pro-abortion left doesn't want you to see is out in theaters now, and we're finding out why the left is so afraid for you to watch the movie Gosnell. One college student says she was pro-abortion, but after seeing the movie, it changed her mind. Now she says she's pro-life, and she's here with us today. With me now, introducing Kathy Jew. Kathy, good to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
All right, Kathy, you have an incredible story. You shared this first on Twitter. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so I went to go see Gosnell with some friends in DC, and I realized after that the horrors of abortion. So I did some research for myself, and I realized that I was pro-life.
And you were, before you saw the movie, you were pro-choice or pro-abortion, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right, so when you went to see this movie, first of all, why did you go?
I went only because I wasn't really against going to see the movie. My friends were going, so I just thought I would tag along, and that was the best thing I ever did.
Right, it's an absolutely amazing story. It gives me the chills to hear about it. Was there something specific in the film that, I guess that was that tipping point that helped you change your mind, or that you saw and you're like, wow, I did not know that?
Well, in the film, the scene where they were interviewing, or the female doctor was testifying in court, and she explained the horrors basically of abortion, how they actually do it. I was aware of how they did it before, but I didn't realize how significant that was to me. And also, I did some research afterwards, and I found out some loopholes that I realized that late term abortions wasn't just completely illegal. There's loopholes around it. Doctors just have to sign off on it and say that a woman could experience health risks if they give the baby or give birth to the baby. So they could go around that.
Right, there are states in our country where it is legal to abort your baby up to the moment before it's born. It's absolutely heartrending. Now, I looked at your Twitter account and somebody challenged you and said, okay, well, why don't we find common ground here? This was a pro-abortion person who challenged you and said, why don't we find common ground? Why don't you just condemn late-term abortion? But that's not really what early-term abortion is. And you said, no, your mind's been changed on all of it. It's always wrong. Why? I want our viewers to know why you think that too.
I've realized that just abortion in general, it's not really about the fact that it's either late or early. It's the fact that it's an actual person we're trying to, take away his life. They don't have a voice. They don't have any, I guess, rights as us. So we have to make sure their voice is heard.
Right, which is just amazing. I think your story is absolutely fabulous, and it's so heartwarming. I hope that you've connected with the filmmakers too, because they would love to hear this. The same thing happened to them, as a matter of fact. They were pro-abortion journalists. They made this film and became pro-life when they saw the reality of abortion.